Greetings and good evening. Welcome to the Cane Hill Countryside Centre. My name is Chris, and we're going to have a bit of a Halloween special. So the first thing we need to know is, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Ooh. Right, so we're broadcasting live. So, yes, we can hear us. Ooh. No, I hope the sound's okay. Trina, Caroline, your link, have you clicked on the link? I've not seen your link come through. You've not appeared. I sent you an email, Caroline, with a link. Anyway, so here we are on Halloween. We're in the barn. Now, you'll be quite interested to hear the noises around. So it's quite different at this time of the night. Everybody's used to all the crowing. The crowing has stopped. Wow. You're not appearing, Caroline. You're not coming up on my link. Can you try again? So we're trying to get Caroline in on this. I sent a link. It should be working. Ooh. So, woohoo. So we got Facebook and we got we got Facebook and we got Cane Hill Countryside Centre. So it's not letting Caroline in. It's very spooky. I'm not sure what is happening, but I'm not dressed up, so don't worry. We're going to do some ghosty things tonight. I'm going to tell a little bit about the farm, some of my ghost stories. The chickens will be. I'm going to send Caroline the link again. You're not sure why Caroline's not appearing? It's all gone quiet. But can we have some bit of background noise? Now you might hear some ducks. Now what I'm going to do tonight, we're going to try a little bit of experiment. I've got some little lights there. I'm going to see if we can call upon the spirit world to blow out some of these candles. Wow. So you bear with me while I try to send the link to Caroline again to see why it's not worked. So Chris, invite. Ooh. Now, once upon a time, as I said to some of you last night, that we've got a ghost here called Mr. Banks. Now, Mr. Banks is very much part of the farm. He's been here since 1840, and he literally haunts the farm. Now, we're going to call upon him tonight to see if he can make an appearance. So if you see anything on camera, let me know, because I'm going to monitor the camera, because I haven't got a change of pants. So here we go. I'm just sending it off to Caroline, so bear with me while I type to Caroline again to see if this link works. So there we have it. Caroline should have a link. Hopefully click on it, it will allow her in. Ghost stories. What are ghosts? I don't know, Chris. What's ghost? What is ghost? Something that we can't explain? Is it something that we don't understand? Or is it? Oh my goodness, I can feel something. Where's Giggle? Where's Giggle? Where's Giggle? You can hear the little ducks. Now I said to you beforehand, I never believed in ghosts. Ghosts was always part of my, I don't know, it's just stories. Oh, Caroline's just appearing. So Caroline's here. I see Caroline. Now that is scary. I can see Caroline, which is a bit more scary. She's adjusting the camera now. But we'll let Caroline in a moment. But yeah, I did a lot of ghost investigation. I came across this ghost called Mr. Banks. Now, Mr. Banks, I know, lived back in the 1840s. Because Brian Banks, his great grandson, came here. And Brian Banks proved to me that there is something out there. Now, this ghost, Mr. Banks, was very much living his own time. He's probably walking around the farm now. So you might just see him appear at any one moment. Now, you can tell what he looks like. He has like an old, his shoulders up, I'll do an impression of Mr. Banks. I'm not sure how good this is coming out, but his shoulders were hunched like this. He had a Hessian sack on top of him. Now, he was a nice ghost. But when I moved into the house, when I got married, I disturbed him. I mean, I disturb anybody if I come into your house. So he basically was living his time, and I was living his time, but we crossed over. We have a connection. And he inspired me to actually study ghosts. Do you know what I used to do? On a Saturday night where everybody would party, I was going out doing ghost investigations. Because I want to get some proof. I want proof there's ghosts out there. There's a lot of things we don't understand, like politics and Bumblebee. But I wouldn't look for answers. I look for evidence. And I worked for the police. I'm not sure if you knew this, but I worked for the police for many years. So I had a scientific mind as well. I wanted to get evidence. So I went out on this ghost investigation. I got myself a camera like we got here tonight. It's not quite fully infrared, but it is a camera that will pick up in low light. Now, my investigations were very interesting. I seen things that nobody should see in my work. It was quite sad. I was called to incidents where there's been a death, a murder. And when I went there, I always found that there was a presence there, a sense of relief, as if it wasn't as sad, even though the body was dead. There was like a release, as that body, that soul needed to move on. And I did all sorts of investigations on this. The police were really fascinated by my studies, because I was showing them something that they never even realized, that maybe it was meant to happen. So I went on doing ghost investigations, and because it's me, I did it for charity. I did ghost investigations for charity. I raised a lot of money for charities. It's partly entertainment. You know, I like to entertain, as you probably can guess. But I want to open people's minds up. I don't know what's out there. I'm just wondering what's going on behind me. I'm looking at a figure over there. Can you see that figure? There's a ghostly figure. Oh. There's no trickery here, not with myself. No. I don't do trickery, not unless I'm really forced, but you can see there's a ghostly figure, but see it moving. See the ghostly figure moving along. Can anybody recognize the ghost, who the ghost is? It's a ghost cat. Well done. Well done, there. It's a ghost cat. It's a ghost. Excuse me, the runner ducks, please stop it. I'm doing something here. I'm doing something here. Please keep the noise down. So you've experienced, look at that ghostly cat. Holly, you're right. It's Smudge. Oh, is there anybody there? We got Smudge the cat. So I always work with cats. I work better with cats in there because they've got this Smudge. Fish. Well, don't like the fire. Don't burn yourself. So cats, they're very sensitive to spirit and energies. So if your cat starts to play up, you know there's something, they sense something. They've got a sixth sense that we don't have. Oh my goodness. I'm being a little bit choked here at the moment. I'm going to bring Caroline in a moment. Only on audio first, Caroline. We do audio first, and then we'll put that in there, because I want Caroline to actually commentate on what she's seeing. So if you can understand, Caroline, nod your head. So I'm going to bring Caroline in. I don't know if she can hear me or not. Caroline, can you hear me? Nod your head. Oh my goodness, put some clothes. She's got no clothes on. She's naked. What is going on? Krish, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. So we're going to bring Caroline in a moment. Bear with me. Oh no, that is scary. Oh my goodness.
Sorry. I always wanted to have dark hair with let me know if you can hear me.
Sure, can hear you.
I'm sorry, but for the week, I removed my makeup and that's it. So no makeup for me tonight, which is good actually. It feels good. So can you hear me? And is that good? There is no echo? Thank you. I've got a yes, loud and clear. Thank you, Noor.
So,
thank you for being here.
Yeah. You're going to commentate. You're not looking at the comments. You're going to commentate on what you're seeing.
Well, I see smudge behind a pumpkin that is lit up, and there is our friend that should have a name with a skull.
Yes. So what we're going to do, Caroline's going to just observe what's going on there. Now there's a little flicker of light, so be very observant, Caroline, and if you can see what's happening.
Okay.
So you're talking all the time. Oh.
No problem. I put you a bit louder so I can. All right.
I need to go and get a drink. I'm not going to do anything scary, but
there is so many cats around. There's still smudge on the top there. I think. Okay, there is the word help. So I see where you are. All of this is actually on the wagon, the sunflower wagon. And okay, so we've got two little lit up things, which I assume are the small candles that we've got. Can still see nothing especially. So I know Mr. Bank. Oh, there is some light coming up. Oh, Krish, something is happening, I think. Something is happening on the wall with help.
Then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to call upon a spirit. I'm just going to put some cat food up here. Then I've got the cat and food. So thank you, Izzy.
The thing is, I think the cats like the spirits anyway, so you can bring some food, but yeah, I think they will come. And particularly today, actually, we had the cats around all the time.
Right,
yeah.
So, Caroline.
That's all right.
I didn't bring a drink out. Where's my drink? I didn't bring a drink. Oh no, I'm so wrong. I have no drink. I had a drink here earlier on. I might have to drink some milk from the lamb.
Good luck with that. That smells a bit. It doesn't smell bad actually. The milk with the lamb, but yeah. So at present, Chris, I can't see any spirit, but I know there is a few on the farm. I heard about obviously Mr. Banks that you heard about as well. And also Elizabeth, which is another story that Chris talked about on our live yesterday evening. I can hear a cat. Well, I hope it's a cat. Who knows? So the light has stopped flickering a little bit.
We've got the cats coming in now. This is always a good sign. Anybody who's in the UK now, look out the window because we've got a very spooky full moon tonight. It's a full moon.
That is true. Chris?
Yeah.
Have we got a full moon most of the time in Halloween, or is that like a really nice luck that we've got this year?
Can you still hear Caroline? Can you talk?
Yes, I can talk. Yeah.
So can everybody hear Caroline as well now?
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
So So there we have our cats coming in. Now it's a full moon tonight, and
It's a coincidence, no? Thank you for the answer. Right. Oh, is that which cat is it then?
I know,
Is that still Smudge around then?
no, that's for you to tell. So we can hear Caroline.
Looks like Violet. Sorry.
So it's good. We can hear Caroline is out. And we got a full moon on. Unfortunately, my camera I don't think will turn around. I'll try in a moment, but the full moon is looking amazing tonight. And the full moon is very important because the full moon is like beginning of something special. I would say if you've got an idea, this is the day to do it. The farmers used to sow their seeds by the full moon, because you had a little bit of extra light. But this cycle of 28 days is an amazing cycle. And because October, we've had 2 moons, it means that this is a blue moon. So when you get 2 full moons in 1 month, it's called a blue moon.
Wow.
Saying once in a blue moon, that's where it comes from because it's quite rare. So
And it's on your birthday month.
So it's a special night. Not only do we have Halloween, we have a full moon, a blue moon. So I'm just going to check on there to see if there's any witches around.
All right.
So we've got a nice bit of cloud. It's quite the wind's died down, so there's no wind there. So I'm gonna see if I can call some energies up in a moment to blow some of these lights out. So we've got 4 lights going at the moment.
I would confirm about the wind. Definitely died down, which is nice.
There's a little bit of flicker there, but we're surrounded by cats at the moment, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, but as I was saying, they are very sensitive to that type of thing.
Do the spirits ever mess with your emotions when they try to manifest? Yes, they do. Now, I'll tell you a little bit further about Mr. Banks. Now, Mr. Banks, we all know, is an imprint ghost. Mr. Banks came to me many years ago when I was a child. So he stayed with me, and when I got married, he came back into my life. It's very difficult having a ghost in your life because there's not a lot you can talk about. You can't go out for a meal, it's quite boring, and you can't go out for a drink because you only drink spirits, and I don't drink. So we're very limited when you've got a ghost friend, Mr. Banks. But the ghost will open up your mind, will give you an inner sight because you start to see things in a different light. Now, I might have told you last night, but I have this ability sometimes to be able to look back in time. I can, for an instant, look back in time. So I've seen Elizabeth, who was one of the ghosts with me in the house. And he was the, he was very, or she was, sorry, Elizabeth, she's a good. So she was a dairy maid, which I found out there as well. So for that split second, I can actually look back in time and see how it was. It's called an imprint. So imprint ghosts are ghosts that are, so we say, happening over and over again. Now, it got a little bit weird, shall we say. And it happened one Christmas. The girls were very young. It was back in the 80s. And it was just before Christmas. And as Sarah said, it plays on your emotions. Your emotions, when you're emotionally heightened, that's where you become sensitive to not only ghosts, but all other things as well, which we'll come into. Now, I went to bed, happy as can be, drinking my milk, because I want to have nightmares and dreams, like my mum used to make me do. And these ghosts.
Yes, no, it was.
These spirits there, yeah. Thanks, Caroline. Caroline can probably answer a little bit in the background, but I'm not reading any of the comments. Because I can't see it because I've got my glasses, but I don't want to lose the thread.
No, carry on your story.
Of what we're talking about. So, so there I am, just before Christmas, excited, go in bed, excited, not that excited, but you know what I mean. And it's getting near Christmas. My emotions were all over the place. And we always have a little bit of a light on in the room for my girls. Sal in particular always had a night light. She didn't like the dark. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up. I sensed, you get this sort of feeling. This is that, it's like a shiver down your spine. It's so, you're not say scary, it's You can't explain it. And I woke up with a start, and there, at the bottom of my bed, was a man, a figure of a man. I thought, oh, well, here we go again. We have a lot more men in this room. And I thought, this is not right. We've got another man in there. Where's the lady? I thought, what I'd do with another lady in there. But no, this is another man. And I was scared. If I had pants on, I would have pooed them. But I didn't have pants on, so I didn't poo them. But I was very scared because I saw this presence of a man there. And my whole body went cold. I had little goosebumps. I was shivering. I thought, and I hid. You know, I'm a grown man. I'm not scared of anything apart from the unknown. And I didn't know what was going on there. So I literally had to get my head right. So I put over my bedclothes. I thought, okay. And then when I looked back out again, he was still there. I thought, so wrong. You shouldn't be watching me. It's not very entertaining. Not at night. So I thought any one man would do. I jumped out and I attacked this figure. And I thought, uh-oh. And as I went to attack him, I fell naked on the floor. Not a pretty sight. And there I was on the floor naked. And of course, Ellie woke up and said, what's going on? And I thought, I'm dreaming. It cannot be happening. You know, it's excitement at Christmas. So I said, oh, nothing. I just slipped out of bed, as you do, jumping out of the ghost or something I didn't understand. But that was a trigger. That was something happened that night that changed my life and opened up a new avenue, a new door, shall we say. And I couldn't believe the emotions I was feeling. So what I did then, as any man would do, I went to bed the next night and I put my bedclothes over my head so I couldn't see the spirit if it came. Oh, Violet comes to me. Violet, Quish, I'm scared. Violet, you scared? Quish, you don't.
There you go.
So there I was, second night, and you ever had that feeling that something was about to happen? So my senses were very sensitive. I'm a very sensitive person, as you can imagine, and I picked up this sensitivity there, and I thought, oh my goodness, he's there again. And I brought the bedclothes down. There he was, this figure of a man looking down at me. I thought, this is so wrong. What does he want? He was trying to communicate me, not like Mr. Banks. Mr. Banks, I'll do my impression of Mr. Banks. This one was actually just staring at me. And then over went the bedclothes. I think, please go away, please go away, please go away. And he went. But that tingling sensation, that heightened emotions were just amazing. So I thought, well, what more can I do? I thought, well, maybe third night he's not been there. We're getting so close to Christmas. And I thought, maybe it was Santa. Maybe Santa's got a bit early because I've been a good boy. He brought some extra presents in for me.
Apparently the skull is moving.
It's going through. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm feeling it tingling now. Things will start to happen. I'm not doing trickery tonight. I do not do trickery. I do not want to trick anybody tonight. Things that will happen naturally, either by a spirit or possibly a cat or Oreo. But no. So the third night, I go to bed, a little bit wary about going to sleep because I knew what was going to happen. Over go the bedclothes. I was singing to myself, and then I get this sort of tingling sensation down my body. And I thought, oh my goodness, he's there again. Unannounced, he's there. So I looked. I was a bit braver this time because I thought, he's not done anything wrong to me. He's not sort of said anything. He's not done anything appropriate. And I couldn't believe what I was feeling. My emotions were so heightened. It was unbelievable. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. So I looked, and there he was. He was not on the floor. He was on a different plane. He was a few feet off the ground. He's a very tall man with very long legs. But no, he was literally on a different plane. Now, I'll cut the story short because this happened a lot. And I became quite conscious of this figure, and I became quite connected. Now, what I learned from him, that was not a ghost. It was not a burglar. It was not a friend with a problem. It was just an out-of-body experience. And again, I could go on all night about out-of-body experiences. But basically, my spirit, if you like to call it, left me. I was looking down on myself, as if there was like two Chris's, which was scary enough. You imagine one Chris is enough, but two Chris's. So there I was, understanding that what I was getting was a message. This is my inner self said, look, Chris, you need to open up. My whole life, I was always told you can't do this. That doesn't happen. And people were sort of suppressing my, shall I say, imagination or my sense of invention. Now, I've got a very creative mind, as you know, but I'm also into facts. I don't like, I'm not one into, I'll tell you a ghost story in a moment about what I did at Avebury. But this person was me. And this was the trigger I needed. Now, this is back about 81. This happened to me. And it changed my life because I was drawn to a bookshop, W.H. Smith's. Those in the UK will understand it. And the bookshop I went into, they got books. I never read books. I look at pictures.
I can confirm that.
I don't read books as such, maybe factual books. I like facts. I like, a storybook. Caroline's did a story about my English teacher who said to me one day, Chris, if you don't read books, you'll never be able to create stories or your imagination. And I thought, well, that's wrong. It's not because I don't want to read books. It's because I don't have time or I'm always doing something else. So I went into Smith's. I thought, there's books, there's words in them. There's lots of words. You ever seen a book? They put these words together. And sometimes they make sense. So I was looking for a book on ghosts because I thought, well, I need to understand what's going on here. I went to G for Ghosts and there was nothing really there. I was a bit disappointed. So I kept looking along and there was a book on tarot, a prediction pack. And I thought, oh, that looks interesting. I don't know why I picked it up because there's meaningless to me because I don't believe in tarot. I'm not into tarot or anything. And the prediction pack was there. So I thought, it's a book. I'll look in it. And I looked in there and it was full of words. Words I didn't really understand. It was very complicated. You had things like reverse readings and stuff. I think, Chris, this is so wrong. So I thought, what do I do? But with this book came a pack of cards, a prediction pack. Now, this prediction pack was quite a bland book card, really. It had coins in there, it had swords and staves. I won't go into tarot, I'm not going to talk about tarot, but I picked this up and I thought, I don't understand this. You've got all these meanings. So I never read the book, only a few words. Sorry, just see smudge going into a different box at the moment. So I picked up the pack. There's 78 cards in the pack. I won't get down. Squish, I won't get down. I'm scared. And I had 78 cards in the pack, and I shuffled them up. I mixed them all up, and I turned over a card, and it was like a two of coins, and I instantly knew the two of coins meant a breakup, a partnership breakup. I turned over the four of staves, and I knew that was a surprise, and I felt emotions from these cards. Ridiculous. They were just cards. And bit by bit, I did readings and a completely different thing, really. I'm not into my tarot cards now. But it taught me a lot about people because you got a pack of tarot cards, you go, not everybody, lots of people say, Chris, you do me a reading. And I used to do readings. I used to do it at police headquarters. But it taught me about people. It showed me that everybody has their problems. Everybody's looking for an answer. And I can tell you now that the answer is always within inside. Sometimes hearing it from a third party, nobody can predict the future. Nobody can tell you what you're going to do. Because if I say to you, tomorrow, you're going to wake up and you're going to see this man open the door and say greetings and good morning, in some cases good night. It may well happen that I've influenced you. So tarot cards I'm very sort of wary of people who do readings. I understand there's lots of good. It's partly counselling. If you want the answer that comes from inside, if you've got a problem, talk it through with a friend or someone that you trust. The answer's there. We all know subconsciously. We all put up blocks. We need to be able to open up. And this is what these cards taught me. So this man, Krish, all of a sudden had an open mind and felt I wanted to help people. Not with my cards. I just want to help people. Excuse me. So that's what it came out to me, that I needed to help people, and I would help anybody. You know, Caroline would know, and people who know me will understand that I will help anybody. I've helped so many people in my life, and it's nothing for me. I don't get anything out of it other than the satisfaction that I've helped and guided someone, and that's what I always wanted to do. So that Mr. Banks and this ghost and this out-of-body experience taught me that I can help people, inspire people, help. And I don't ask for anything in return. All I ask for, this is me. I would do readings. I've done readings late at night. I've done readings. I'll tell you, one day, I had a lady came down to the house. She knocked on the door and she had a baby. I thought, oh my goodness, Krish, what have you been doing? And I thought, no, I could have done that because I've not been with anybody. So maybe I'm good, but I'm not good. And she said, look, you don't know me, but my mum said that you might be able to help me. I'm in the serious place at the moment. I don't know what to do. Could I have a reading? So in she came with a baby, gave the baby to Ellie. I don't know why it was called Chris, but anyway, no, that's not true. But I did this reading to this lady, and I did the cards, and it was terrible. It was the worst reading that you could ever get. But it gave me the ability gave her a bit of guidance and helped her. You don't need cards to guide people. You just need, obviously, to be a good listener. And that's what I did. So that has been my journey with the ghost. And it brought me to where I am now. I'm still helping people. I still want to help and inspire people. And that's what I forever will do. Now, as you know, with the cards, we're creating our own set of cards, but these are not going to be called wizard cards. They're going to be called the Chatty Farmer cards, and with the artist Bavard there as well. So we're going to create something that will inspire people. I'm going to bring Caroline back in now. She's had a quick wee, which is good.
No, I put the heating on actually because it's cold.
I'm really joking. So we're going to take a few questions, and I'll tell you a couple of ghost stories which are true. That's what we want to hear. So then we have Caroline back. So now was that very interesting? Did you like that story? Does it explain a little bit about me and why I'm on this journey, as they say?
The skull is gone. Oh, that is scary.
No, there's no trickery there. No, I don't do trickery. That's not my thing. I can do trickery, but why would I want to do trickery? Because the spirit world in me. One of the things I'm going to see if I can do. It's an old party trick of mine. I'm not sure this camera's got infrared on it, but I can create spirits, energies to appear here. Now that energy might be Caroline, because my energy comes from Caroline. She is my soulmate, my connection there.
I am. No, but I know exactly what you mean.
So I'll tell you this story. Then this is a bit of a weepy one, really, because I did all this, and night after night I would do readings. I would go out and do ghost vigils. I didn't get anything from it other than the fact that I helped people, I entertained people, I made people smile. And
yes, Yes, you do.
And that's what I love to do. And I used to do a lot of ghost vigils in Devizes, the Black Swan. There's
It's
a
very
Black
popular
Swan.
here.
It's very old, isn't it, Caroline? It's older than me, would you believe? Something older than me.
Yeah, but the Black Swan has got big history when it comes to ghosts, actually.
Yeah. And there's a ghost called Mr. Ambrose in there. Again, I could tell stories all night because I've done so many ghost investigations there. But
That is
the
correct, Judy.
the landlord Colin used to call me up and say, Chris, we got a group in. Could you do this? Could you do that? And I've seen everything in the cellars at the Black Swan. And there is something there. I know the conditions are damp. I use infrared cameras, but there is something there. There's a definitely ghost. And I'll bring some of my ghosty videos out one day. And I would do these investigations. And yeah, I've seen everything. I've had groups in there very drunk, always very entertaining. And I love drunk people because I can work them pretty good. I've had ladies flashing boobs at me in the cellar. Which look, can you see anything? Yeah, I can see it. Seen it all before? It's not impressive. I've done people who didn't believe. I got other people that believe in anything. Oh, I heard something. Was that a little someone breaking wind? Was that a ghost breaking wind, or just a nervous person in there? So we literally did lots of these vigils, and I did them by myself. I never had a partner. Ellie is not interested in what I do there. She's a bit scared. There's nothing scary. Now, the most scariest thing I can tell you, and Caroline can back me up, is the living. That's scary. The dead, we can cope with them, can't we, Caroline?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dead, what do they do? Chris, we're going to spook you. Really? I'm over that. So,
Definitely, yeah.
so one night, Colin said, there's a group of Australians. Oh, gee, that'd be, I think it was Kathy. They were nice Australians. They'd come over to England for a tour of the ghost of England. And they were ending up in Devizes because they'd gone to Avebury, Stonehenge, and they just wanted a ghost evening. And I did it to raise money for charity. So they made a donation. So up I go, I come in, they're having a meal, I walk in, do my usual thing. Greetings, my name's Chris. And introduce myself. And he said, "Oh, gee, Chris, I don't think your English is any good. Your ghosts aren't real." I said, "My ghosts aren't real?" "Yeah, it's always set up." I said, "Well, it's entertainment." Yeah. I said, "Look, what you're going to see tonight is something, it will open your mind up. I can't promise a ghost. I cannot make a ghost appear. But we'll do my best. I do my best. If anything else, I will open up your mind to something that you haven't seen before." So off we go with these Australians down in there. And what I use, I should have brought them up tonight, but I do dowsing rods. I can douse very well. I can do crystals. I can do...
Stonehenge is about 45 minutes from us. So yes, Stonehenge is a very powerful place as well.
Yeah, it's interesting, Stonehenge. And we're like the Black Swan, so we're up there. So I went down with these Australians. They're a lovely family. And, they weren't expecting anything. And I was there doing my spiel. I have a little camera, a little infrared camera, which I should hopefully try to get fixed up again. Because I've got, so you can basically see in the dark. So you sort of see a different spectrum, and you can pick up energies, orbs. Sometimes they're dust, but sometimes orbs. So we're there, and I get a sense of well-being. I thought, wow, I'm feeling pretty good. There's lots of lovely people down there, nice atmosphere. We're in the dark. I'm doing all my little bits and pieces, and then gentleman said, Chris, I got the camera. There's a figure moving across the wall. And I look, and I can feel it now, tingling down my back. I thought, oh my goodness, this is a bit scary, shall we say. And I looked around and I couldn't see anything, but I could feel something. And the energies went up. And this figure walked across and stopped. And it all faced me. It looked like a woman. It looked a ghostly figure of a woman. and I had a sense of well-being. I felt good, you know. It was better than making love, shall we say. It was real, that sort of sensation where I felt, wow, this is good. Right, it's back. So, so there we are with this amazing night. And this, Violet's going to go on my shoulder. It's what she does at night and purrs in my ear. Quish, I've heard this story so many times. So there I was in the cellar with these lovely Australians having the night of my life. Yes, I am the man. I am the man. And it's a sense of well-being. So there I was in in the cellar. I go home. I get home about 12:15, and the phone goes. It's my brother Jason. Chris, you've got to come quick. Mum's dead. I think, oh my goodness. You know, did I hear? My dad had a stroke, and he's had a stroke for 2 years. So I thought, well, it can't be Mum's healthy, you know. So it's my dad. So I go into the car, and you have this panic. Oh, sorry, get it down. And you're driving. That phone goes. Your mind goes. You just want to get there. You have no sense of what speed you're going and where you're going. And I go into my dad's house, and there he was. My brother's there, my sister, my auntie was there, and
Chris,
yeah.
just stay in front of the screen because you are moving off the screen.
All right, so I'm good there.
You're good here. You're good here. Thank you, Sarah. So
that's what happened. I turn up and I think, oh my goodness, my mum's dead. It can't be. I spoke to her earlier on. She's a healthy woman. She never has any health problems. And I thought, oh my goodness, your life is destroyed then. Everything falls down around you. Because my mum was a bit like me, never sort of worried and never do anything, always did everything for everybody else. And there she was, and the police would arrive, and it was a policeman friend of mine there. And he was there, and he said, Chris, you've got to identify the body. Because that's part of my work, you know, I've seen so many dead bodies. So I had to go up the stairs into the bathroom, and there's my mum, had a hemorrhage, and it was not a pretty sight, and, you know, it's not the memory you want to remember of your mum. But, you know, I was the right person for it because that was my job. So we sat down there and thought, oh my goodness, my dad couldn't communicate, he had a stroke, so he couldn't say anything. He could say yes, no, and a few swear words. And I thought, what had happened? Trying to piece this through, and all of a sudden I inherited Dad. So that's another story. But as my mum, I felt so bad. The best night of my life, and as I'm always good with police, you work on a timeline. And I worked on a timeline, and I worked out when my mum sort of died, that was the time that this spirit came to me, that ghostly figure in there. So the only comforting thing I can get from myself is the fact that my mum came to say goodbye to me. And that's thought, well, that was nice. And I really struggled then because I gave up my ghost investigations, I gave up my readings. And I thought, well, surely I should have known this was going to happen to my mum. Surely I could have explained about it. And if mum wanted to communicate with me, then why isn't she communicating with me other than on the spirit world? The only thing that really happened, Violet, you are so demanding. So the only thing that I picked up on, because all of a sudden I had to look after my dad. So every night I used to go up to my dad, get him into bed, get him ready in the morning, get him up before work. And I remember going out of mum's conservatory, and I heard a voice from my mum said, oh, Chris, don't forget to water the plants. She loved her plants. She loves cats. So it's sort of a bit, I won't say scary now because we were surrounded by cats, but having Violet here, and I've become very attached to Violet. I know we lost Carl, but I do feel the spirit of my mum is in this cat. And this is something that, you know, I hold very dearly because my mum loved cats. And this little voice of my mum said, Chris, don't forget the plants. I looked round and the plants had dried. I forgot to water them. You know, it may be that subconsciously I saw the plants dry. And that was it. I thought, oh my goodness. So it took me a long time to get back to do my investigations and stuff, because losing your mum is the worst thing ever, especially at a time when I felt I was having the best time of my life. So if my mum is in this cat spirit, if Violet is the spirit of my mum, I want to know, why am I holding my mum like this? She's so wrong. She's so wrong. Quish, do you want to say something? Quish the rat. Your dad. My mum loved me. My mum thought the world of me. I was a little bit different. I was the odd one in the family, but I was very caring. And my mum, she loved me because she knew she could rely on me. I was always there for her. I felt I let her down, obviously, because I wasn't there when she died, but I made her a promise that night that I would look after my dad. And I did. I looked after my dad for 7 long years.
The thing is, what I understand is that there were no clues either that your mum was struggling, because mums are like that. They don't want to bother you. And so you didn't know, did you?
No, we didn't know. But it's a bit like me. Mum, I never go to the doctors. I should go to the doctors. Mum never went to the doctors. She went out. She was always healthy. You know, there was but the stress, it was my stress from my dad. When I inherited my dad, oh my goodness, stress levels through the roof. You go in there, breakfast, toast has to be burnt. Who has burnt toast? My dad does. Only on one side though, only on one side. And he would kick him a fat. He was just throw the toast across the room if it wasn't right. So I had to teach him a few lessons. That was role reversal for my dad. But he thought the world of me. He was a hard man, but he taught me a lot. And then my mum taught me a lot as well. But you learn from the people around you, your influences. And you think, well, you learn the good things and the bad things. And my dad wasn't a bad man. He just had this, I don't know, quick temper. And my mum sort of took on, I think it was that sort of time where the ladies, dare I say, were just there to look after the house and the children. I can never remember my dad helping with the children. He very rarely took me on holiday. You never imagine him cooking a meal for me. You know, my girls, I would look after them. And quite often, you know, my girls, Nelly would tell you that I would stay up all night with them if they were ill, because I don't sleep much. And I would always be there for them. My dad never did that. But anyway, that's another story. So, yeah, so my investigations with ghosts did cause that quite strange experience. Now, I'm going to put Violet down. Mum, Chris, I never, you know, Caroline would tell you, I'm not a cat person, am I?
No, actually, Chris originally does not like cats. It's not that you don't like them, you just don't care. But Violet has been very pushy, shall we say,
Yeah,
into winning your heart.
yeah. So
and B as well, to be honest.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's because it's sad in some ways, because this cat here is a connection to my mum, because my mum had cats and she had lots of cats, and she would rescue cats, rehome them, and her dream was always to have a rescue animal area. And you know, we're creating a dream come true for my mum. So yeah, but cats were her thing, and it used to drive me mad. You go in the house and cats everywhere. Cara got obviously influenced by her nan and loved cats, and I sort of yeah, I tolerated them. But this one came along, stole my heart, and yeah, she would sit on my shoulder. If I'm in the cabin working at night, she just sits on my shoulder or in my lap. She's not disruptive, are you? So I feel guilty of putting her down, but I'm going to have a quick drink, Caroline. So if you've got any questions, then
please go for it.
To ask Caroline. She knows me as well as I know me as well.
Probably even better.
Oh, Chris!
Oh,
Oh!
did you get struck by the spirit there?
Oh, Chris! Oh, is there anybody here? Not really.
You know what, Michelle? I think Chris is becoming a cat person. he's saying no, but it's probably, it's like, are you a cat person or are you not? You always compare it to something. So it's compared to what? If it's compared to geese, obviously there is a really big connection with geese, particularly with the first Cuthbert, because before Cuthbert that we know, they were a first Cuthbert. That's a different story. But Chris and this Cuthbert were extremely close. And he loves cows because he was milking cows, forever, since he could, probably at a very young age. And so there is a connection there. So it's really compared to what? And cats were probably not of his interest at the time. But yeah, it's funny how Violet she's just so good. She's so good with Chris and she's so good with everybody. We had a visitor today, a little kid called Reese with his parents. And every time we have visitors, and Alison, if she is there, could actually say that as well. Violet goes to these people and make them feel at home. She's just so amazing. So she's got something. She loves people. So yeah, it's. I think he's changing his mind, even though I know that geese will probably be always the first, geese and cows. And when you see Marlin and Trigger as well, because they're very clever. Marlin and Trigger worked out a couple of days ago that we were putting pumpkins by the rush hour door. And so they know where the food is. They worked it out. And they are going and get it. And this is why we had pumpkins eaten before we could actually do anything with them. That's pigs for you. Very clever. He is a goose person. You're a goose person, aren't you, Chris? This is probably why he picked actually his Halloween costume as a goose duck or whatever that was. That was scary, to be honest.
So yeah, I'm back. If anybody on KC in the Chatty Farmer will see, I've just taken a picture of the full moon through the rush hour door. It is really bright out there. Now, Sarah will be interested in this because
hang on, I want to see it. Just give me 2 seconds.
Okay. You gonna go? Good. You see it?
Oh, sorry, it's still on the other side at that time, so I can't see it yet. It will. Sorry, I missed. Caroline, have you ever seen from Holly any ghosts? Well, I have seen Mr. Bank actually. It was just so scary because there is a space where we put the boots for the guests, and it was before COVID. There were loads of boots and coats and things like that. And I came out. There is a platform, and I came out of this platform and turned around and just saw him, and it was really scary because, as Chris said earlier, it's a feeling that goes through your spine, like that this is not somebody, it's something else. I don't know what he was doing there, trying on some boots, because it's like really he was into some boots kind of thing, even though he doesn't need it. Don't ask me why. I have no idea if he's got a story with boots, but that, yeah, but more when I was a kid. Which I couldn't really talk about because my family was not open-minded on that thing. But yeah, and there were one particular story when I was actually swimming in a sea, and I was pushed down, turned around, there were nothing. It was extremely scary. I was about 8 years old. So you can imagine the fear there. It's really like something is pushing your head down under the water with a force that was beyond me, and just did like that, and then went. I turned around and there were absolutely nothing. It wasn't like, a boy or a boat or somebody or anything. And the water was not very clear either, which is a bit, it did scare me, and I ran out of the water. I probably swam like the fastest I could and ran out of the water. So I interpreted that. I mean, nobody saw anything because my parents, they were there, watching us. Mostly when you are 8 and you go in the water and you go to a space where you don't really have your feet don't touch the ground. As a parent, you do watch, and it's like nothing happened to them. So it's very difficult then to talk about it, because it's like you say, okay, well, so you just don't. I had other experiences that are slightly different as well, as mind control and things like that, but maybe for another time. Yes, it was terrifying, Holly. So I do know from a very young age that there is something else, and it actually totally makes sense when you think about it. We got all that sixth sense, that intuition. That's not nothing. It's actually everything. And when you are too much into what you see physically, I think you lose yourself. You have to listen to what's beyond. And this is how you can really expand and develop. So there is another camera coming. You have night terrors, Michelle. What do you mean by that? Is that bad dream, or is that just fear that comes in? Oh, I can hear myself a little bit. There is an echo. Let me know if there is an issue with the sound. Shadow of the foot. See paralysis, but wasn't paralyzed really. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, I've got a few stories like that, but the more you trust, the better things goes. That's for sure. The more you are positive about things, the better it goes. Everything happened for a reason. And I give you actually a little thing. When Chris and I went to Laycock on Thursday, so that's the vlog that I've done on my YouTube channel. Now, I didn't film that, but when we went to the parking, we had a lot of delays because we were trying to get some money for the parking ticket, and the machine didn't want to work. We went to the other machine, didn't work. We went to the other machine. Anyway, we ended up by having it, but there were a delay there. And I said to Chris, well, there is a delay for a reason, and it's probably because later on we are going to find out why. That's all I said. And then we happened to be on time on everything. We wanted to see, there were a wedding going on. We wanted to see the bride. The bride turned up. We wanted to have a table at a cafe. At the moment we arrived, somebody actually left a table and we had a table free. It was really busy. And there were a lot of things during the day like that. We met the nicest people. A lot of things during the day like that happened. And it was almost like if you wanted to make this happen, you could not. You just could not. We were like in tune, bang, 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 and everything worked out perfectly. And that happens quite a lot. And I forgot about what I said when, I talked about the parking delay. And it's Chris the other in the evening, I think, when before we went live, he said to me, "Do you realize that day that everything went for us, like the person at the table leaving when we knew, all of that?" And I was like, that's it. That's what I said about the parking ticket when there were a delay. So a delay is not always a good thing when you have a block. When you feel that you're a bit stuck, it's probably that what's waiting for you is not ready yet. So that's my way to interpret it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just catching up with your comments there. Yeah, I think that was the runner ducks earlier with Emerson, Lake and Palmer that Chris showed. Otherwise, you're probably talking about the help sign is like a little H with help, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. So I don't know where is Chris, by the way. He went to bed. So yeah, I mean, if you have any story of that type, things that you could not really explain, or and to be very, very honest, the way you interpret it is your own way, and this is, to me, this is, if you interpret it that way, that's the truth. You know what I mean? It's like, this is your truth, and that's what matters.
Right. So, can you hear me? I'm back now.
Yeah.
Have a drink, had a wee.
Well done.
In that order. So what I've done, I set another camera up. You can probably just see a little bit of Coco and Eli here. Now, the light's not very good. So what I'm going to do in a moment.
You were talking about the ducks. No, that's good. So we've got a new camera called Mr. Banks. That's a bit scary.
I know. Well, so what I'm going to try to do in a minute, Caroline, if I can just get this configuration right. Oh. I want to. How do I get this one to appear in the right position?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit awkward to see, but I know if the picture's coming through. But you can see, obviously, Caroline, Mr. Banks, and I'm going to give a little bit of a walk around. I hope you'll be able to see me. So I got my other phone on this app, and this, Caroline, everybody, Sarah, this is what I always wanted to be able to do. This is like an exciting time for me. Technology allows me to stream a camera 24/7. Now, we wanted to do this, as you know, and the technology was never there. I was always a bit above my time. I always wanted to put a little.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for ages.
But this allows me to do it. So I'm going to take my camera round just to give you a little bit of a feeling of what it's like at night, because you hear it in the morning with all that frenzy. Now, if I turn the lights out, it go quite quiet. About 3 o'clock, the birds will start to wake up, and yeah, hopefully, I might not be able to do it tonight. I need a bit more work on it, but I can set a camera up on 24/7, and you can log in anytime, day and night, and see what's going on, and you'll be surprised. Sarah, I got 4 phones now.
Yes, I was about to say.
But I'm going to have a little wander around. Caroline will see if she can see any of the animals. See, I'll put maybe some extra light on just to help a bit, Caroline.
Yeah, I think it needs some light. It's very dark. We did try the infrared in the cabin without the light during the day, even though, and it was pretty good. But I think maybe we need to improve the lighting anyway. And actually, the animals at night, they can be sometimes quite active, aren't they? So yeah, it is too dark. We need to sort that out. Ah, that's interesting, Michelle. I like your story. It's like what you need is just right there. You know, that's this type of thing. It's like if you go general on these little sign, it's like, don't worry, you are taken care of. What you need is just right there, isn't it? I don't know how you interpret it, but I would be tempted to think that. Oh, Eli. Hello, Coco. You can see two very small donkeys. Well, they are normal sized donkeys, but yes, Michelle, 4 phones, and I think you always think you can do with another one. The thing is, the phones are not used as phones. I mean, yeah, some of them are like three of them are. One of them is not used as a phone as well. It's just for the camera and the social media, you see. Oh. And so this chicken that you can see, they are roosting now. So that's how they are going to sleep all night. Pick the place they want. Usually you can see them approximately at the same place, and this is the pecking order. And the goats are not active at this time. They are down there. They have hay over there, so they might be munching. Well, there you go, Michelle. Probably a gift from your daughter. I like that. This is Margot munching on some hay there. Margot, she's still a little kid actually, but she's getting bigger. She's going to get as big as come on, I forgot her name now. The one that is over there. Oh. Oh, there is Pixie there. Pixie's lovely. Oh, the rabbits are still out. I opened the gate earlier. They're just, for them to hop out and have a run. It's absolutely fun, but you never came back in, which is not really a problem. They are having fun here. Oh, there is one of their baby there as well, but that's good. Ooh, they are so cute on there with these floppy ears. So yeah, I'm pleased with the the rescue area has been done with. Thanks to Chris and Amelia. Amelia has put a lot of work in, and it looks really, really good. You got the panels and all that, so it's well isolated. It's warmer there, and the lighting for the camera work is perfect. I mean, it is good for the farm because the barn is very dark. Yeah, well, Judy, you're probably right there. They're always awake when we are here during the day, but I wouldn't be surprised that they are nocturnal. Just as it's a safety, isn't it? They can hide better. I mean, they can go for food and hide during the day. A lot of Muscovy ducks as usual, but yeah, I mean, it looks like there's a few roosting, but this is Bobby there. Bobby is Kara's favorite cat, and the funny little bit is like every time I am at the farm, I never see Bobby, and if Kara turns up, Bobby turns up. So, yeah, Judy, yeah. Well, Michelle, the emus, they sleep enough because they are very healthy. So I don't actually know if they sleep much or not compared to us or other birds, but giggle. But they definitely sleep enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't be. I think you would see sign of probably losing weight and things like that. Trust me, they're not. They're good. Oh, Giggle. So Giggle, I find his place next to a Muscovy duck. That's good. Oh, Benedict is nearby. I was thinking Benedict must be close. That's Smudge mum and Bee's mum as well, this one, if I am correct. Oh, who is that? Violet there? Probably. Looks like a kitten. That's smudgy. Ah, we got Chris passing by. That's good to know. Chris is still around. Oh, what is this? Oh, is that? Oh, wow! Is that what you're showing? Oh my goodness! I wish it would come around here. We are really lucky, aren't we? Okay, I see where you are. There is the rush hour door behind Chris. That's the tractor, and we are entering into the barn now. And is that Ken? Yeah, Ken actually is very often there on one of these gates.
This is Ken's lady.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It sounds so wrong, doesn't it? That's animal life.
That's it. So there you have it. There we had.
Yeah, that gives you an idea. How at night is actually less noisy. Did you notice? It's far less noisy. I think this is the ducks and the chickens make a lot of background noise, but they are pretty much asleep at present. So yeah.
So there you have a tour. So it's something that I can't really explain. This is where I spend a lot of my time in the barn because you get that connection. I know where everyone sleeps, so if someone's missing, I can quickly spot them. And it's a shame that we can't have a camera on Cuthbert. He's in the house at the moment. He's not doing too good. So, but it's the peace and quiet. It's so lovely this time. Quite often I'll sit up or to my phone making a noise there. So I'll sit in here at night. You get that connection with the animals, and it's so calming. I think if you have a nice, warm, cozy bed in here, you would love it until about 3 o'clock in the morning, and then it would all go crazy.
I know they get up very early. Actually, they don't get up that early at this time of the year because they get up with the sun. So, but yeah, during the summer, 3, 4, you can start. Mostly the geese, they are very noisy.
Yeah, Michelle, the emus don't sleep much, 2 or 3 hours, and they're back up again.
They're like you, Chris, then.
Yeah, we maybe I'm connected with an emu. But the animals, they all have their sleep patterns, but they don't really go into a deep sleep, especially the ducks. Now you can think a duck's asleep, but as soon as you go by them, they wake up because it's a self-defense. They've got to be alert at all times. Now, we're going to just go back to put the Halloween special on, so you should still be able to hear Caroline, hopefully.
Yeah. So there you go. You should still be able to hear me. So the skull has disappeared, definitely. But I think, Sarah, you noticed that first earlier.
The light's gone out in the pumpkin.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, we got ELP coming up, Emerson, Lake and Palmer on tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a H for help.
Oh.
So what do people think? Are you actually enjoying this? Is this something you enjoy?
Yeah, it's a format. It's a different type of format. Obviously, it can be any subject. Today is that particular subject, obviously Halloween. But any comment, feedback, we are really happy to hear.
Oh, a nice orange juice there. So, hey, excuse me, question. It's Mr. Honk. So, yeah, so the thing about what we're trying to do here, I'm trying to set up a camera that you can log in at any time, see what's going on.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. So Sarah is enjoying this, which is brilliant.
Thank you. And obviously this is going to be here forevermore, but it's something that myself and Caroline want to do more of, because in the daytime and that we could have.
Oh, thank you, Noor. Yeah, Mr. Honk scare you, Godzilla, don't worry. Mr. Honk is actually very gentle.
Oh. So we're going to go back. We got these.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Holly. I think we got a full house of happy everybody here.
Oh, that's good. Me and Caroline have got lots of ideas. And
the thing is, I will just put that in as well. I don't know if you know people who are who are in America, not in the UK. But I think, Chris, they are planning on locking down here fully. So that's the type of thing that actually allow us to be all together a bit more. And I'm really pleased that we got now the facility to do that. I don't know how far it's going to go. Apparently, they want to do that for a month, but we will see. So we can actually carry on like this, do more like this, and keep getting creative.
So, ghost stories. Oh, I'm pleased you're enjoying this. We're locked down from Thursday.
Thank you, Judy. I don't follow the news. I prefer happy news, so usually I don't look at it.
Yeah.
So
we might have to go out Tuesday then, Caroline, to have a last escapee. But
well, yeah, I'm up for that. I think it's you, Judy, who offered Castlecombe, and I've never been there. But anyway, we will see what we do. But yeah, absolutely.
For my investigations, it's been quite strange. I've been invited along to lots of events over the years. The strange one was there was a program called Most Haunted. It was on sort of terrestrial TV.
Oh, I think I've seen some. It was a while ago, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Michelle, we see you Tuesday.
Yeah, actually, that's really good. You are coming Tuesday, Michelle. Well done. We picked the right day. Yes, and I'll have your painting as well.
So yeah, I was invited by Most Haunted. Most Haunted came to Devizes. It was a very popular TV program. Anybody who might have seen it, it's basically they go and do these investigations. They had a psychic there, allegedly called Derek Okora. I think sadly he's no longer with us. And they used to do investigations. And they came to Devizes and they wanted a guest speaker. They said they heard about me in the Black Swan. They said, Chris, would you come on TV? Would you be our guest and do a little of your bit? I said, well, so I met the producer in the Black Swan, and excuse me. There's a bit of love making going on behind it. Saturday night, so sorry.
Just so you know, Chris, I don't know if it's wanted, but you are not on the screen at all.
No, I'm not going to go on the screen. I'm just sort of
That's all right. That's all right.
Watching these, see if anything happens. So I was asked to go to the Black Swan to meet the producer, and a nice bloke. We had a chat, had a drink. He came from a show. He was a producer or connecting with Blind Date, which was Cilla Black, which is take it show my age. But anyway, he was there. He said, Chris, we'd love you to come along. We heard about your stories. Could you come along and tell us a few stories about the Black Swan? I said, well, yes, but...
Oh, thank you, Michelle. That was you.
And I spoke to him. I said, well, sometimes things happen, sometimes they don't. He said, Chris, don't worry. Things will happen because my wife, I can't remember her name now, sadly, who starred in it. She's my wife, and I tell her to scream, she screams. So it was all put up. I didn't want to be part of a show that was a bit fake. I know it was entertainment. So I turned it down. I didn't want to be known as someone who goes along and just makes things up. So that's what happened. Oh, thank ghostly.
That was Violet, I think.
Oh. anything to be on camera. I'll go back on camera with them.
There you go.
So I met up with and I never went on there. So I went down to Cornwall, Cagwith. It was Cagwith. I went down with a friend and stayed down there. Anyway, my replacement was a bloke called Yuri Geller, who was famous for bending spoons. And he excuse me, we're not going. The noise is picking up. The ducks are making baby ducks.
For a change.
I never appeared on the show. But yeah, Cagwith. That's it. You know it, Judy? Yeah. I went to stay with a friend down there, and actually did an investigation. There's a pub down there. I can't remember the name of the pub, but I was invited to do a ghost investigation down there. Oh, it's all going, kicking off now. Look, I'll just say how you are. Go on. The cat is over. Oh no, it's all going wrong. Right, get down. So yeah, that never materialized. I know you're not far wrong, you. When there's something happening, the animals will pick it up first. Now they should not be making a noise now. It might be because of light. I'm going to just turn the light. I'm going to bring Caroline back in a minute to talk. I'm going to just switch the lights off. It might be they're thinking it's night daytime.
Yeah, yeah, probably you are going to disturb their rhythm. I can't remember the term for that. Anyway, Godzilla, the animal spotted a ghost. Well, they are very sensitive. They are more sensitive than us. They are more. They're not more sensitive than us. I think the truth is they are more grounded. So yeah, they have less pollution of everything like we get bombarded with. Yeah, Michelle, I agree with you. You can tease him with that. I think what I should start doing is a series of photos of Chris with cats, and I'll make an album for next year. Or a calendar, or a diary, something like that. Oh, the witches one. Yeah, thank you, Godzilla. Yes, we had a lot of fun today. It was lovely to have Kara, and actually Casey was a little cat as well. It was just so cute that he's got that little costume. It's like a onesie with a tail and all that. So it's just so funny. And so yeah, and as I was saying, I used not to celebrate Halloween, and since I met Kara and Chris, it's going crazy. I had 2 costumes this year, Catwoman and the Witch, and we celebrated it last year as well. We did something really fun last year, but I think this year was even better. Yeah, it was great. 2022 calendar, Chris with cats. Ooh, no, that sounds great. He probably needs to rewatch that if he wants to hear what we are plotting. I'll probably tell him because that'll make him laugh.
But I'll turn the lights out now. Thanks.
Oh, right.
So I got an idea. How about? Oh no, Dell! Oh. Dell's running around. Dell.
Okay, Michelle. I think we've got something there. He still doesn't know.
I'm going to turn the other light out a minute because
yeah, I think I need to plot that with Kara because she's really good at the photos. Kara, if you're watching. Sarah. Sarah, you know what we should do is take a print screen and actually compare it every like 10 minutes if something has changed.
I'm going to put back full screen a minute, Caroline. So
yeah, no problem.
Is it happening?
It's windy. So actually, it's not very windy now. It
No,
was
it's just
earlier.
still. Yeah, it's dead still at the moment, but the temperature is changing dramatically at the moment.
Yeah. Chris, just let me just go. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so it's so I could have appeared on Most Haunted. I've been invited along to Ghost Vigils, and I went up to Avebury. There's a group of ghost investigators, and this was the strangest thing ever. They would get together and they would hire a room, like one room. What was room 4? Room 4 is always haunted, allegedly. And I went in with this group who were locals. I said, Chris, would you come along? And we went up there, and they literally all sat on the bed and kept quiet. And one of the ladies had a little pendulum. And then she said, oh, there's something here. And she said, I can feel a presence. The pendulum was swinging around. Now, if it goes clockwise, it's a yes. Anti-clockwise, it goes no. I'll show you how that's done. It's using magnetic energies. And I said to the lady, I said, excuse me, but you are physically moving the pendulum. I could see her fingers going, hello? Hello, what do you coach? So, I thought, oh, this is crazy. I said to them, why don't we go down outside? So we went out to the church and we went inside the church, which was not right, I know. And then the vicar came out and said, what are you doing? I left it. But some people are very strange about their sort of interpretation of ghost vigils. I know we all want to know something, but if it's going to happen, it will happen naturally. Yeah. Excuse me, Giggle. Giggle's kicking off now. Oh dear. So I've done investigations all over the place. I've been in Devizes Castle. I've been, you name it, I've done it. And it's quite interesting. And I said, do ghosts exist? But we do know that things do happen. I'm going to try if I can, when Caroline comes back, call upon some energies to see if we can get one of those lights to flicker. So we're going to concentrate on concentrate now on these lights. And these are little tea lights. I just one of the things that we're just changing the subject a little bit.
I am back. What did I miss?
Oh, hello, my name is Chris. I'm a little hand puppet. Oh, I'm going to pick that light out. Hello, how are you today? I'm well, fish. Ooh. I get myself excited now. What, I can't see. What do I drink?
What are you drinking, Chris? Orange juice?
There's a minute. We've got orange juice at the moment.
Good.
So we're going to concentrate to see if we can get one of the candles to go out. Right, so we're going to call upon Mr. Banks. Are you there? Is there anybody there? Yeah, I can hear. Oh no. Here comes trouble. Oh no.
Sarah, no, there is no flies in the barn at the moment. It's too cold. The only reason there would be flies in the barn is if, like, we had either cows and donkeys that needs treatment, I think. Otherwise, it's pretty... And, you know, they are treated regularly anyway, so we're quite lucky with that. We've actually got more flies in the cabin.
Yeah. Oh, here comes Devon. Oh no. Devon's here. Oh, they've heard my voice. But the lights are starting to flicker a little bit more. Now, can you sort of sense They are flickering more now. There's no wind blowing at all. So, Mr. Banks, please, will you give us a sign if you're here? A nice sign, not a rude sign. Quick, I'm not like that. Oh my goodness, he's come back. Mr. Banks has come back as a sheep. Oh, wait. Oh no. Oh, it's Woody scary. Chris, can we get a
Really
bottle?
scary.
Oh no.
What I know is Mr. Bank likes boots and overall, and this is why to me he is always around in that boot room thing. I don't know, that's what he was wearing. So
You've got the light flickering, a bit dancing by the pumpkin now. I can see that one moving.
or others are not.
It's nearly going out. Can you see?
Probably Michelle, yes. Yeah, maybe Chris. But it's definitely flickering far more than the others. It has stopped now.
I know. I'll see if I can call upon him again. Mr. Banks, could you show yourself? Everybody keep quiet in there, please. Do you see anything happening yet?
Yeah, that one is flickering particularly.
The
Well,
other
the other are not flickering at all, actually.
and the one by the pumpkin is actually sheltered. If anyone's are going to move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm picking up anything. It's that.
Oh, all right, Dawn. So you are into that, a ghost. That's interesting, isn't it?
Oh, Dawn, yeah, you had to come down and join me. We do a ghost investigation.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I do a ghost investigation, it's entertaining, but we do look for evidence. We do use infrared cameras and we use dowsing rods. One of the things I've done, and it sort of triggered back a memory. And me and Caroline were talking the other night about us being young and memories. Now, one of the things I used to do in bed, it's okay, it's not going to be bad. One of the things I used to do as a young lad when I was in bed was, it sounds so wrong, Chris. I used to get a coin. I used to put it on a card and I would draw around it. So it was a perfect circle. And I would then, I think the light's going to go out in a minute. It's flickering a lot. I got Violet on the steering wheel next to me. And I used to spend ages. No, Violet! Violet.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Violet has just switched on Caroline. Oh, no. Oh, no. Violet. Oh, dear.
Thank you, Violet.
It disconnected what's gone wrong?
So we got animals actually taking over the farm. Woohoo! What's going on Halloween?
Oh,
It's like
no.
earlier we came back to the cabin and the bee had written a whole thing on the screen. You know how they go on the keyboard. It was just so funny.
Yeah, see if I can get it back again. He twitched it off, the little devil.
Oh no!
Oh, he's changed it. Oh, dear.
Ask her to change it back. I mean, she made a mistake. She needs to sort it out. That's how it works. Oh, there you go. Hello, Krish.
It's not.
You're very green.
This is not the camera I wanted. But anyway, this is me doing a duet. Hey, we could do a duet. Wait a minute.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, hang on a minute. Hang on. I'm the wrong side. That's it. What do we do then? I don't know if it works. I can't see my screen.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's the only kiss you will ever see.
Oh, you're so good. I got a kiss with Caroline. Yoo-hoo, thank you, Mr. Banks. So I got to try to if I can change camera back again. Oh,
Sorry, I need to plug my thingy there. Up, that's all done. Oh, that's what happened with cats. It happens a lot actually in the cabin. I'm always worried that one day they are going to switch off completely something. They are told not to. They know perfectly they're not allowed actually to go on a table or anything. I'm very strong on that, but yeah, cats. Good point, Noor. I'm wondering if the light is out now as well. Uh-oh. Oh, you're all right. Can you hear us? Hello. You're doing that on purpose.
Am I?
Yeah, because we can hear the birds behind you.
Oh, that was very good. Yeah, sorry, my camera. Violet is taking the camera off. I can't get it back going, so you're going to have to put up with me. I'll go back a little bit. I'm not sure if this camera will pick up the lights, but the lights are still going at the moment. They are flickering a lot. I think we've got an experiment. I think what we do one night, we do a proper investigation. I'll get Caroline to come down and help me, and we'll do a proper investigation because we can do it inside and we have a nice warm dairy. Because Mr. Banks, I never sort of really told you all the stories about Mr. Banks. Now, going back to what I was saying before Violet cut me off, and on my experiment went, I used to put a coin on a piece of card, and I used to stare at it to try to move it. I believed I could move a coin, and I used to stare at it for ages. I think, probably at least 2 minutes, and to see if that coin would move. And occasionally it would. I don't know if it was a ghost or just an earthquake or whatever. But I always believe I can make things move, and I think if you believe in something enough, it will happen. As you know, I believe in what we're doing here. I know I believe in what I'm doing with Caroline and Cara is good.
And Cara and I are believing it too. So it creates a lot of energy actually towards what we are trying to achieve here.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's it. And look at all the people here. You are amazing people. I just feel I've known you all my life, even though a lot of us never met. And hopefully in time we will get to meet.
Yeah, I was about to say yet.
Yeah. Our energies have come together to make things happen. So hopefully as time goes on, we will be able to connect with you in different ways other than the spiritual way. But at the moment, we're having, we're enjoying the journey. It is tough. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning trying to sort things out for today. In the time you walk the dog, get the animals ready, and when I finish this, I'll be sort of having to go and take the dog for a walk and finish off with the animals here. And I'll be thinking about rush hour. I hit the pillow. I don't know why I hit the pillow. I like the pillow. Chris, you shouldn't hit pillows. And I go instantly to sleep. The last thing I think about is I can't remember. I can't really tell you that, can I? Because we give too much away. But I have one thought that puts me to sleep, and that thought is with me in the morning when I wake up and inspires me for the day. And I look forward.
I'll tell you what it is.
Yes.
It's Cuthbert, or maybe it's Violet.
Cuthbert, a bit closer. Yeah, you're getting close. You're getting close. Yeah, so I have a sleep for 3, maybe 4 hours if I'm lucky, and I wake up, take Oreo out, see to my animals, and I look forward to doing the rush hour. Look forward to speaking to Caroline and Cara. And every day feels like a new day, a new beginning. And with the full moon we've got tonight, that's what it is. I want you tonight, and that includes Caroline, to get a pen and paper and put One wish. What would you really like to happen? Write it down, sleep on that wish. And wishes come true. Look at me. Here I am, a farmer, a photographer, a person passionate about animals, a passionate about life. And I made this happen. It was only an idea. When I came up with the idea, Ellie's not known me for years. She said, no, please, no. But I had belief. It was so much hard work creating what I've done here. And it's still hard work. It's not easier because we've got a presence. It's probably more difficult because you feel obliged sometimes that you've got to entertain.
Yeah, sure.
So thank you, Rose. It's brought people together. You know, Rose, Michelle, everybody here. I feel so close to you in so many different ways. And I just can't thank you enough. No.
Thank you, Laura.
Have we got a lady in red?
Well, today it's not red because it's Halloween. That's the only reason.
Caroline makes a good witch, that's for certain. So all this hard work does pay off. And never forget hard work. It's not happened overnight. I've been getting up at 4 o'clock since 20. Oh my goodness.
What's that, Chris?
I'll be back in a minute. There's something strange outside. Sorry, you carry on. Oh.
Is that a visitor again? They come at any time.
No.
So, is that a ghost, you think? Can you hear something weird? I can hear Oreo barking, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry if I'm not talking. I'm
I wish I could show you. I looked out through the fresh air door and I saw a horse.
Chris, we don't have horses.
I know, but trust me, there was a horse out there, and I went out there. There was nobody with the horse, and it sort of disappeared. It was like a flashback, like an imprint. I know there was horses on the farm, so wow. I think the energies are good at the moment.
The energies were really good today, so I'm not too surprised.
The things are calmed down in here now. You're right, Sarah. No! Sorry, when the lights just went out. So I can get this camera back. It's ridiculous.
Sarah, is that you with your mask from yesterday?
No. So yeah, we thank the day that we started this.
Sorry, Chris.
I said I can't get it back. I know, Sarah. I want to fix this camera. I'll put Caroline on full screen. I think just.
No problem.
Oh, wrong one.
Ask Violet. She apparently knows how to do it. Oh, so he cut the sound as well because I don't know if you're like me, but I can't hear the sound from the farm either. So yeah, that's just you and I. You're welcome back. The good thing with full moon is that you got a good light. You can actually see what's going on outside. I've got Aysen next to me. You all right, Aysen? Sleeping. Yeah, that would be amazing, Sarah, isn't it? So easy. Traveling teleportation, boom. Trigger pretending, what? Trigger easy. Trigger pretending to be a horse there is a lot of work to do. Um, the tea light will be burning down anyway. Yeah. I don't know. He's coming back. Hello.
No, it wouldn't work. So can you hear me?
Yes. I mean, I can.
Yeah. So sorry, the camera. So this is a good lesson, Sarah, and everybody out there, is that when I set my camera up to be 24/7, make sure it's cat proof. Violet is now. What are you doing, Violet? Violet is next to me on the tractor. Keep wanting to jump on me. No, quick! I love you. I do. So yeah. So we're going to be saying good night in a moment because unfortunately one light's gone out. Oh, but there's a bit of breeze picking up now. There is something happening around in here. There's no breeze outside. There's breeze inside. So what we do, we set up a ghost vigil. We do a night. We get the dairy. So Mr. Banks. Now he appears just outside the rush hour door. I've seen him many years ago out there, and I know I saw him because he was smoking a cigarette, and I couldn't believe that someone was smoking by our hay barn. But it was
That's dangerous, isn't it?
yeah, but he wasn't really real there as well. So then, so we set up a little bit of a ghost vigil in our dairy. Now, where our dairy is was an old granary. Now, when the granary was taken down, which was a big shame, when they were taking it down, and the beams, Caroline would have loved the architecture there. It was all put up with wooden pegs. There was no nails they used at all. They used wooden pegs. And these great big oak beams were just amazing. So these oak beams were taken down by our local authority and they were burnt back in 1967. But as they were taking it down, there's some builders in there. They pulled back this board, and there was a coin in there, a great big coin. It was like big coin, it's a penny, which is anybody who's in this country would understand. It wasn't worth a lot now, but then it was dated 1540. It was in mint condition. I still have it. So this old barn was here. So we actually know where we're standing, and when we do our ghost investigation, will be the old barn there. So, it's good, Sarah. There's in a day, the mind can play tricks. I've been with people who probably wanted things to happen, and things will happen. Even now, I can't really describe it, but I've got a sense, a cold chill down my back, and I feel there is a presence here. And I think if you bring people like Caroline in, because Caroline has got that energy like it as well, things will start to happen. Now, is it a ghost, or is it just Caroline's energy mixing my energy, and we're having a bit of a party?
Yes, it doesn't. Yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We'll have fun with. It's all about the feeling and the interpretation of things. We might see something as well.
Oh, I mean, it's to get rare coins. Well, I have to look in my collection because I'm very old. I've done everything. I've collected coins. I got pussycat trouble. I got a collection of old coins, and then I don't know. There's another subject. I used to collect groats. Could anybody tell me what a groat is? That's a challenge. Maybe we should end with a little bit of a competition here.
A groat.
A groat.
Well, I've got an idea of what it is, but.
So, what do you think it is then?
Well, a groat to me is a grain that hasn't been. I don't think that's got anything to do with what you're saying, but it's a grain that hasn't been processed at all. Particularly a wheat groat. So this is the wheat with all the shells and everything. It hasn't been processed at all. It's been probably dry. That's all.
Yeah, it's that as well, but it's an old coin. It's a fourpenny.
Oh, right.
Is it a fourpenny a groat? Yeah, I've got groats. I got farthings. So yes, I used to collect
Oh,
coins.
Judy and Sarah got it. Yeah.
So there's lots of history on the farm. I think Sarah would enjoy. No, you heard about the canal, but we have a rowway bank where our forest school is. And when we were doing some ploughing, we found lots of oysters there, oyster shells. So there was a settlement there because oysters used to be very commonly eaten back in the sort of 1800s. So we can do a little bit of a ghost investigation. I just got to go and have a drink because I'm going to cough in a minute. Oreos kicking off. There's something out there.
Oh, yeah, dogs are good for that.
Oh dear. Animals are very sensitive to the spirits. And Oreo's kicking off. He's barking now. He didn't do that at night. So, excuse me. The other thing I've always found when I do ghost investigations, I feel a tightness around my throat. I always assume that maybe in the previous life I was choked or hung or something. But that's what I always find when I do investigations. I always find a tightness in my throat. Or it could be that I just talk too much. Who knows? So yes, thank you for tonight. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a investigation. Sorry about the camera. I'm so gutted. We got one gone out. One's flickering like crazy at the moment, and there is a definite feeling of something happening. And I saw a horse. It wasn't there when I went out. It's all going quiet now. So make sure tonight, the full moon, you make your wish. And hopefully, like myself, your wish will come true. You talk for two straight hours. I've been talking for 2 hours.
Oh, thank you, Rose. It's lovely to have you here.
And we can't thank you enough. Oh, so hopefully we will see some of you in them. Sorry, Violet's jumping on my hand at the moment. Hope we'll see some of you in the morning for the rush hour.
Yeah.
I might do some TikTok tomorrow. I'm not sure. I got to obviously spend a bit of time with Cuthbert, and yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. But I'll be sending you all my best wishes, all my love.
Yeah, tomorrow is a new beginning. It's the beginning of November as well.
Yeah. Did you know what we do in November? We dance, we dance, we dance.
We dance every time anyway, every day.
Yeah. So good night, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Lots of love to you, Sarah.
So, yeah, cat-proof cameras, and love to you all. And for me and Caroline, missing you already. Gigo, where's Gigo?
Au revoir, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Noor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Godzilla Rose. That's super good. Holly, thank you.
Thank you, Holly.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. Ooh.
Yeah, and if you have the full moon, enjoy it. Just stare at it a little bit. It's really nice, isn't it? Bonne nuit, Noor.
On the count of 3, 1. I'm not going to see 2, 3.